Welcome back. St. Lucians have heard many promises about cannabis, but the process, as Commerce Minister Bradley Felix has conceded, is lagging to the dismay of cannabis proponents. In a throne speech on Tuesday, Governor General His Excellency Sir Emmanuel Neville Snack highlighted that government will propose legislation to govern the cannabis industry that will generate employment, boost the economy, create revenue, and lift the burden off the prison system, as simple possession of cannabis will no longer be an indictable offense.
The Cannabis Bill will establish the authority responsible for issuing licenses for the possession, supply, and use of cannabis for industrial, medicinal, therapeutic, or scientific purposes. Special provisions will govern the use of cannabis for religious purposes. The bill will also address the purchase, distribution, and selling of cannabis, and will prohibit the use of cannabis in specified circumstances.
In other news, the president of the National Council of Public Transportation says operators are not being asked to be made essential, but rather to be treated as what they are. Ferdinand says drivers provide an essential service and would like the same level of respect as other essential workers.
Minibus drivers have made the case that while they are providing an essential service to members of the public, they are not being recognized for their contributions. The president of the National Council on Public Transportation, Godfrey Ferdinand, says this issue was raised not to request that drivers be put on the essential services list, but to be given the due respect that they deserve.
We are saying that we know we are frontline workers. We know we are doing an essential service. We are saying that even though we know that, but we are not being treated like that. That's what we're saying. Because if we were being treated like that, when all the free things are given, we are not considered. Okay? So that's basically what we are saying. But to say that we would fight to become essential workers, we don't have to fight to become essential workers or frontline workers, because everybody can see we're in the front line. Everybody can see that we're offering an essential service. But what needs to happen is that needs to be factored in when the officials are making their statement.
Transport Minister Guy Joseph on Tuesday indicated that he understands the complaints of drivers. However, there is a lot to consider if they are to be officially given the status that they are requesting.
I don't think we've crossed that line yet. We are still in discussions with them, because a number of measures would have to be put in place in order for them to be under that category of service providers on the island. Because they are privately run institution, they are not government owned or government operated in any way. Then you go through special arrangements, but that is a discussion that we are having with them presently.
Joseph says drivers should know that they will not be turned away if they visit any local clinics where the vaccine can be given.
I know that we have made arrangements for the drivers to be vaccinated, but also you would know that the general places where the vaccine was being administered, I don't think anybody was being turned away for their vaccines once they had showed up. Whether they met the requirements of 65 and over or pre-existing conditions, that was not the issue in terms of whether they were being considered.
Drivers are being encouraged to get vaccinated at the various outposts that have been identified by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Benjamin.
Exactly 1 year to the day when the very first COVID-19 case was confirmed in Jamaica, Sandals Resorts International has announced its intention to give to 300 healthcare workers across the region with complimentary 2-night stays at its award-winning all-inclusive resorts. The gesture, according to the company's executive chairman, Adam Stewart, is in recognition of the selfless efforts of healthcare workers across the region who continue to exhibit admirable bravery and make tremendous sacrifices in the face of what has now become a year-long fight. The resort company will work closely with ministries of health in the 7 islands where it operates to identify the beneficiaries of its latest act of generosity, starting in Jamaica, where the company is working with the Ministry of Health Staff Welfare Programs Department to gift a number of the island's healthcare workers with vacation packages. Healthcare workers in Antigua, Barbados, the Bahamas, Grenada, St. Lucia, and the Turks and Caicos Islands are also set to receive complimentary vacations. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. We'll be right back.